Australia is the best country on earth. Our culture, our land and our lifestyle are second to none. We're all truly blessed to have been a part of this magnificent inheritance. And that inheritance, endowed on all of us, whether native-born or adopted citizen, includes the institutions that have helped to make us great and are critical to keeping us great. Some of those institutions originated elsewhere. We're part of civilization, or Western civilization after all, and so we can trace the origins of our culture to ancient Athens and Rome and Jerusalem. Those teachings and the wisdom has travelled through generations, and they were bestowed upon us here when Britain settled this great southern land. Since then, we've established traditions of our own. We created a constitution that should be the envy of the world. It's seen us through wars and political crises. It's allowed us to adapt and to grow in accordance with overarching principles. And our democratic ideals have made sure that all Australians have had the opportunity to have their say in the orderly transition of power. And that authority, thanks to the implied consent of the electorate, has meant that no matter how contentious our governments may have been, there has always been a unifying acceptance of the accuracy of electoral results. Our citizens have traditionally enjoyed freedom of expression, of worship and the right to peaceful protest. And when you observe what is happening in the USA, who are after all our closest ally, it should remind us all just how precious those things are. But now we are confronted by Frost's two roads diverging in a yellow wood. And the yellow wood today reflects the cowardice of many in our society. They're cowards because they're unable to accept or cope with a different point of view. Rather than counter fallacy or lies or idiocy with facts, reason and logic, these cowards now simply want to shut others down. It's as if you don't like what someone is saying, well then you follow the leftist textbook. You attack them, you target their livelihood and you destroy their reputation. And you do it in such a manner they will never dare speak up again. And if they do resist, well, get the collectivists out to whine, create some alternate facts to seize public opinion and then seek to have your opponents cancelled. That's the coward's way. Let me tell you, the yellow wood is filled with keyboard warriors who project their self-loathing through Twitter, Facebook and the like. This one of Frost's roads leads deeper into the darkness, a yellow wood of tyranny. It will vest power in the collectivist mob, in big government and even bigger corporations. And that's exactly what we see in the United States today. It's clear that the media, the political establishment and big tech are running the country. The people are mere users, something like drug users, to be made dependent on the centralised apparatus being created around them. Dissent now means you'll be targeted, personally, politically and professionally. It's dangerously Orwellian. But Frost also said there were two roads. He took the one less travelled, and he told us that made all the difference. Well, the road less travelled today is the road of independence. It is the road of personal autonomy and personal responsibility. It is the road to decentralisation of business and political power. You see, centralisation, the concentration of power, is a societal risk. Politically, a one-party state is a dictatorship filled with cronyism and ruled by the elites, and often using the allied media in a Pravda-like fashion. And in the digital world, if you're reliant on one all-powerful Wizard of Oz, then your communications can be shut down, your website may disappear, your payment providers may dump you, and all manner of other services may be denied. The unthinking collectivist mind may say, well, these companies are private and so can do whatever they like. That's normally a mantra that I would adhere to. But in this case, it's a childish and convenient one designed to be repeated whenever it suits the agenda. And the reason is these same companies enjoy legislative protections and essentially monopoly status that enables them to crush competition and to hold you captive. It used to be that the left of the political spectrum were the ones warning of the dangers of monopolies. Now they seem to like them, as long as they're in charge. Now, to protect ourselves and to protect our nation, something needs to change. If we want to avoid the civil unrest and the divide evident in the former land of the free, we will make the change from a centralised to a decentralised economy. And of course, the heavy lifting does need to be done by government. They need to commit to breaking up tech monopolies. They need to get the bureaucrats out of Canberra. They need to liberate small business from the bureaucracy. And they need to stop mopping up after hopeless state governments. And the rest of us can make a difference in our own way. We can vote in accordance with our values. We can dump tech tyrants who profit from every single click we make and that have effectively erased every trace of our privacy. The mission is too big for any one of us, but the choice that we all make today will help in a national shift. The road less travelled is the path to freedom and prosperity, and that will make all the difference.